But look,
I'm gonna tell you something, and this is like probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever said. When I gave birth to my son, I told his father, I'm going to have a shower, don't leave him. I went, I had a shower, I came back and I took my son home. I then implemented myself in every part of his life growing up. I became a nursery nurse. I worked in his nursery. When he moved up to reception, I moved up with him. I kept in the school so I could stay close to my son because I was petrified, just like you said, Rach. If I left him alone, I didn't know who to trust.
and that's how I got with my son in the beginning. The first time, I didn't know what to do.
Mm.
Boy, I was so stuck. Listen, I took my other son out because I seen they was already messing with him, the principal, and all of them. Like once I started noticing they was calling me every day for the other one, I said, "Oh no, y'all not gonna fuck with him." I took him right
No
away.
one's gonna hurt my
Listen,
boy.
my son. Listen, it started with this. My son was playing Grand Theft Auto for the first time, and I don't know he was playing Grand Theft Auto. He went to school. I had already took out my son, and they had already pressed charges against my son. The whole situation had already happened. So my son goes to school and he's talking to his little friend about the Grand Theft Auto game, and they're talking about the little strip thingy part. I don't listen. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto since I was a kid. So once the whole situation happened, I had talked to him and I wanted him to show me what was going on and what he was talking to with his friend. They're boys. They're gonna talk about this. What boy doesn't talk about the damn strippers in the club? Like they saw some girl animated on a damn club with some bikini, and they was talking about how they could do this in the game and what would happen if they was able to go to a strip club in real life. My son was honest about it, what he had said with his friend, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa, I couldn't notice this when I first played Grand Theft Auto. Like you could literally see all this shit on Grand Theft Auto. Like it wasn't like this when I was little. I know all y'all played Grand Theft Auto when y'all was young. Like,
Yeah, GTA 5, right? Yeah, they
I
did.
yeah.
walked in,
Yeah,
I remember Harry,
So
sorry,
listen, but listen, this lady gonna sit here and tell me she wants my son to go to some type of therapy downtown, right? And get therapy for kids that have sexual problems and are predators. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, my son's not raping nobody. My son doesn't have a sexual problem. He doesn't even have the
what
urge to
the
fuck yet.
fuck?
I'm sitting here, I'm like, is you fucking tripping? She's like, well, if you don't take him here, there's gonna be. I'm like, fuck, no. Yo, I almost snapped on her, and I said, you know what? I'm taking my son out of school. You're not doing this. Y'all not gonna sit here and fuck with him because y'all mad that I sat here and sued the shit out y'all fucking principal and said that I wanted her
Rachel,
out
I'm
because of what happened to
lost.
my child.
I'm lost. Why the fuck did this grown woman? I've lost something. Why the fuck did this grown woman want your child to have sexual therapy?
Because they was talking about the strip club on Grand Theft Auto. Make that make sense. It didn't make sense
Oh,
to
well,
nobody.
I remember one
Nate.
day my son was probably about 12. I walked in and his friends had brought this game over and he was buying drugs and prostitutes
On the game?
and shooting at 12 years old.
That's what I was gonna say, Nate. I mean, I know
He was
you've seen
buying
these kids play
drugs,
Grand Theft Auto.
prostitutes, cars,
yeah.
and cars
Nah,
and
listen.
cars.
Listen. The furthest thing I've seen besides GTA 5 with the what you were just talking about, the thing that came close to that was huh? Yeah. The closest game that was next to that, as far as showing that, was I think it was before GTA 5. It was it 4 or was it 3? But they was always showing certain things like that, even though it wasn't as graphic. When that 5 came out, I was like, oh, you can actually see this girl give. I said, what kind of shit? But you knew that they was gearing that too. Certain games and certain things. That's what they was gearing
Yeah,
for.
but my whole thing is sit here and try to give a kid like Angel was saying, like, I'm with her because, listen, I snapped on the principal. I took my son out. Like, you're not gonna fuck with my son.
I
They was
took
just
all
really
his
trying to
friends
find.
out.
They was trying to make an excuse because, listen, I'm fucking with them now. Like, I'm sitting here, I got a lawsuit. I'm fighting against them. I didn't keep my mouth shut like other parents did. I sat here, I got on social media, I made a petition. The school was really mad about that shit. I went to the dean of the school district of Philadelphia. I got a video up on Facebook. His excuse was the worst excuse ever. Nigga, it makes me feel like you're a part of this shit. You don't give a fuck. Why are you even a dean from the
Rachel,
school
this
district?
comes back to the whole you're in the wrong job for the wrong reason.
And these
Us
teachers,
parents shouldn't be telling teachers what to do. Because if they really gave a shit about kids, they'd already be there before the parents was. Because they're there getting the information, having it fed to them before they feed it to our children.
you're right, but
So,
then like I'm
fuck
with you. You're right on that
them.
part. But it
Excuse my
also
language, mate.
it also lands on us, the parents. Like Nate has been saying, like I've been saying, like Doe Wise, like the word has been saying. We also have to talk to our kids so that when they go, like I've been saying, these kids are easily influenced. That's one of that's the key word right there. Easily influenced. So if they get easily influenced in these streets, what makes y'all think they're not going to be easily influenced in these schools, whether it's by a staff or another student? I mean, I've heard Nate talk about all this
Most of
stuff.
our kids are looking for attention today. And if you don't see that, if no one sees that, then no one's on social media. There's 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds putting full face makeup on and showing their body in a way that is trying to promote sexuality.
Yeah.
And that's because they're copying their
What they see.
elders.
And what they see on social media too. Listen,
And
why
you know
can't a
what,
lot of
Rachel,
people?
this has been good for me too, because I put pictures with my cleavage out,
Hey,
yeah. And do you know what? Maybe I shouldn't fucking do that. Maybe I'm part of the problem too. No, it's true. It's funny, but it's true. We are all part of this problem that is
Yeah, we are.
sexualizing our children.
Yes,
Because
we
they're
are.
looking at us. And thank you, Rachel, because I've got some realization now.
Because you bringing that up, it brings me back to thinking of how I had a whole conversation with my daughter because she was, I think it was, oh yeah, it was on the kids' YouTube. And there was this video that she was watching, but there was this grown ass man and he was dressed as a woman, but not just dressed as a woman. Why are you on this video on a kid's YouTube with a bikini on? I reported the video. I don't care if they get mad at me, but why is this on kids' YouTube? And you a grown ass man switching from a dress to a bikini.
Listen, they gearing that shit up, but they ain't trying to get the trolls off the internet that's putting out people's addresses and shit. Gotta make it make sense. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that they're gonna pick and choose what to fuck with. That's why I told her.
My daughter gonna sit here and ask me, Mom, what's that? Why is he like that? What is that in his... Like, come on, we could see your whole print in that bikini. And then you got the little thong part. All you're covering is your John. I'm sorry to say it like that.
But Rachel,
Trying to be a woman. Like, as a woman, I don't have a little...
Rachel,
as a woman...
I do have to say, in my defense, or non-defense, I also do the same thing. So I'm not
you're right.
I'm not a great role model.
See, what matters is that once you realize your mistake, you change it. That's something that I've been taught. But you're speaking on it and as a start. And you're admitting to where you went wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, but I know I've been told.